What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades, and today I bring you a special video. Today is the Sunday stock watch list, but before we get into that video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn your alerts on because tomorrow is a very special day. Tomorrow I bring you guys my gaming / trading room setup, right? You guys been asking about this. You want to see how my room's set up. How are my screens set up? All you guys have seen is my Mac, which I barely use. You guys have not seen what's behind this camera, what's in my room, and what's really been going on, you know, behind this, behind the scene, basically. So, you guys been asking for, you guys got 200 likes on the last video. Make sure you do that again on this video. Tomorrow the video will be up, so set your alerts on. So as soon as that video goes live, you're on it, because in that video, if that video gets 500 likes, I'll be bringing you guys the trading screen setup, basically how I execute my trades, how the charts are set up on my screens, what monitors are doing what my MacBook's doing, and all that good stuff. So, let's get into the video. And also comment down below, what other stocks are you guys looking at this week? What other stocks are you looking at for next week? What stocks do you want me to analyze? And what other videos do you want on this channel? I can bring you guys a watch collection, a shoe collection, whatever collection, you know, whatever video you guys want, just let me know. So, let's start with the schedule as usual. So, you guys can have it here. I'll move my mouse so you can screenshot what's going on. Obviously, you have jobless claims on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. If you want a clear pick, just go to my Instagram, Trade Like Nour, which is my trading page. Everything trader related will be on that page. Okay, so you guys have the schedule for this week. Now for earnings, there's a bunch of banks going, you know, reporting. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, you know, Citibank, you know, all the banks that, you know, you guys like to play. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys play PNC, you know, but Delta, Pepsi, all these other banks, all these other stocks are reporting, but the most important thing here for this week are the banks. You know, you have BlackRock reporting, and it's going to be a nice week to see where we're headed. So we're going to start off with the banks this week, and then we start heading into technology. I believe Tesla, Amazon, Apple are all towards the end of the month in April. So I believe it's like the last week of April where you get those big technology stocks. But for this week, we start off with banks, which have been scorching hot this year. You have returns about around 20%. You know, some of these are 30. I believe the average for these banks on year to date for 2021 is around 22%. So it's going to be definitely something to look into, see if they're, you know, going to kill it or are they going to disappoint. But we'll get to see that as soon as Wednesday with two big banks, Goldman Sachs and Wells Fargo, and then you had Citibank on Thursday. It's a little blurry here, so like I said, go to Trade Like Nour. You guys can screenshot from there, and it'll be a clear picture. So let's get into it. Last week was April 4th. Yep, April 4th. So we had Tesla beat expectations. It had a pop, but came right back down as expected. 717, I told you this is a very big supply zone for Tesla. So we had a pop here into 716. My resistance was set before that. You guys could go to the previous video. And we couldn't get above that. Too much supply. The stock ended up falling back to 670s, 660s. And that was it. But Amazon, I told you guys that look at 3182, and if that breaks, we're going to break through 3200, and if from there, it's going to be a nice ride. So let's take a look at Amazon. Has been a banger. If you looked at last week's Sunday stock watch list, you can see April 5th, this was the first day back. 3182 was the first resistance I was looking at. This pushed into 3200 that day, and we finished on Friday at 3372 at a high. So Amazon has been on a crazy tear. Google, I gave you guys another banging trade. I said there was a consolidation and we needed to break out. Once we break out, this is off to a different level. We broke out of this consolidation, as you guys could see. I'll even put this on the 1 year. This is the consolidation. We broke through this at 21, you know, 20, and this ended up pushing to 22.73, and it looks like we're not even done here. So, two banging trades already from last week. Facebook was another one. I said look at the all-time high, which is 304. We ended up hitting a high of 316 this week. We finished off at around 312, 313. You know, Shopify. I even updated you guys throughout the week. I said look at 1200, and then by Wednesday, I believe I said, yo, forget 1200. Once we break 1180, this is gone. We broke 1170, 1180. We ended up pushing through 1200, and we hit a high of 1234, which is absolutely insane. And that was pretty much it. Other than NVIDIA was another banging trade. NVIDIA, I talked about the 560 break. We broke through 560. You can see we retested it here. We broke through 560 and hit a high of 578. So we'll go through those stocks for this week, what I'm looking at exactly. But those stocks from last week, you can't be missing those trades. Those are big ones. And forget about the little trades. Stop trying to scrape up money from, a choppy market rather than, well, actually last week wasn't as choppy. The week before was choppy. But let's get into this week. The first thing I'm looking at is Amazon. Amazon, since we are at 33.72, the first level I'll be looking at is the 3,400 level. So once we break 30, well, it's going to be 33.72. I got to sneeze, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, so the high was 33.72. Obviously, I'll be looking at that. But after that, I'll be looking at 3,400. We'll probably... Excuse me. So we'll probably be opening up above 33.72, so that's why I'm talking about the 3,400. So after 3,400, I'm looking at 34.24. 54 is my next level. After that, 34.30, 34.34, and then 34.50. Those are the levels I'm looking at for Amazon, and if we get past all those beginning of the week, I'll update you guys on Twitter, so make sure you follow me there. Trades Nour. Roku. Wow, that's crazy. I start a video, I start sneezing, right? Roku, I'm looking at the 380 level, right? If you put this on the 1 hour, you can see, we're pushing highs. We kind of retested this 376 level. We couldn't break above. Whew. Might have to take a pause for this video. But I'm looking at 378. Once we break through 378, I'm looking at the 380 level, and after 380, we can push to 385 and 390. I can even put this on the 5-minute. You can see we're just consolidating here. Actually, I'll put this on the 15. So you can see the 15, we're clearly on an uptrend, right? Obviously, we're pulling back. But here, once we break above this, it looks like this is going to be taking off. So keep an eye on Roku. It sucks when this doesn't move, but when Roku moves, it gives you, the trade of the week. I always miss those, but definitely something to note down. Baidu, I always say Baidu, but, I'm correcting myself nowadays. Baidu, I'm looking at the 230 level. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly why. Alright, here we go. We're in this little channel. Obviously, we're getting rejected here, but as soon as we break above 230, Baidu can finally catch momentum here, and then we'll push over to 235, 240, then head over to 250, then 260. So you guys can see we're in this channel for Baidu. Usually you wouldn't see something like that, but it's right now. I'm not touching Baidu. Whether we round here, create an H, and fall lower to 138. I'm not interested. Maybe I'll be interested on this 174 level. So keep an eye on this. This was the low we had previously, but if we break below that, we're going to be heading down to 138, which is the bottom of this channel. So that's the only level I'm looking to the downside for Baidu, but the upside I'm looking at 230. The next trade is NVIDIA. So NVIDIA was one of the trades I gave you last week, which was a banger. I can put this on the 1 hour for you guys. We're just on a nice steady uptrend, right? I'm looking at this 579 break into 580. After 580, this will go. So I'm looking after 580. This is a momentum stock that catches some heat when it starts breaking certain levels. I'm looking at 590 after we break this 580 level. The all-time high is 614. So once we start pushing past 600, we can finally see that high of 614. So first thing I'm looking at is 580, then 590. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right. Where do I have it? Oh, 580, then 580, 585, 590. Then obviously 600 is that big number that we'll be looking for this week. If we do get it for this week. If not, if the market ends up taking a breather, because we've been rallying like crazy. And banks report this week, so usually you get a chill week before banks report, because banks give you that understanding of where the economy is at, how stocks are going to perform for the remainder of the quarter, or what their vision is for the remainder of the year. So we'll see if this even happens this week. Facebook, it's obviously been on a tear. It's okay for this to pull back and take a breather, but if not, I'm looking at this 316 level on the 15-minute. We've just been consolidating. You guys can see we're hitting this 310 level as support. That's our new support for Facebook. And I'm looking at this 316. Obviously, I might look at this downtrend and see if we break, if we can catch momentum over 314. But obviously the new high is something I'll be looking at. Let me just set, so I can set my own. That's my algo if you're wondering what that red is. Let me just set this at 310 so I have my own here. Alright, cool. So Facebook, there's a downtrend, but consolidation here on this 15-minute chart, which is great. So I'll be looking either we break to the downside or to the upside. You guys should do this on your own chart. Shopify, great uptrend here. I talked about this last week. Play of the week probably last week. Shopify breaking through. We're looking for this 1235. So we hit 1234 one time and then we retested it, couldn't get above. So that's something that I'm looking at, and I'm also looking to see if we can maintain this uptrend. I won't be playing Shopify to the downside, but I'll be keeping an eye on the uptrend. If we break down here, then I'll probably just let this go with this watch list and I won't be looking at it anymore. But on the upside, I am looking at the 1235. After 1235, I'm looking at 1250. After 1250, I'm looking at the top of this channel, which is 1257. We're probably going to reject here and come back down, which is perfectly healthy. It's still an uptrend. But if we end up squeezing above, you can see Shopify catch some momentum for the rest of the week. Google, I gave you guys last week. It's also on the watch list for this week. Forget about this candle, that's after hours. But I'm looking at this high of 1273. If we break that, I'm actually looking at the 2300 here. So if we start breaking 2300, break to the top of this channel, which is 2308. You guys can see this is also on an uptrend, so keep an eye on that. But after this, we can easily squeeze even higher from here. I've liquidated my position, so I'm not in Google. I don't have a position here anymore, sadly, even though this looks great. Tesla, you know, this is a side watch. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but if it does, at least you'll be prepared. Forget about all these lines because this is on my MacBook. So I'm looking at the 717. If we can't get past the supply zone, we'll keep getting rejected here. This is the supply zone. If you guys know what market profile, I can even talk about it in a video. You know, you can easily see where the supply zone is at. If we can't break above 717, I won't be touching Tesla to the upside. You guys may be like scraping a couple dollars. I'm not really into that. I'm more into the bigger moves. So if we don't get a push above 717, I won't be touching Tesla at all this week. So those are the stocks that I'm looking at this week. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what other stocks you're looking at for this week. Where are we headed? You know, and make sure you hit that alert button so you don't miss that video tomorrow. So I'll see you guys. Peace.